The OnePlus 12R doesn't just look nearly identical to the OnePlus 12, but it also includes many of its best features. You get the same excellent AMOLED display, the rapid 100-watt fast charging, and the largest battery on any OnePlus phone. The 12R essentially offers the core experience of the OnePlus 12, but at a more affordable price of just 40,000 rupees. Of course, there have been some budgetary trims to hit that price point. It doesn't get wireless charging or the Hasselblad-tuned cameras found on the OnePlus 12, and it runs on a chipset from the previous generation. But here's the thing, these trade-offs aren't really deal breakers, and if you can overlook them, then the OnePlus 12R could prove to be the budget-friendly powerhouse that you've been searching for. The 12R takes its design cues from the OnePlus 12, sporting the same overall dimensions and that circular camera module that kinda melts into the aluminium frame on the side. I'm also a big fan of this blue color. Its reflective glass back not only looks great, but also offers a firmer grip compared to the OnePlus 12's matte exterior, though it is a bit of a magnet for fingerprints. Now, OnePlus has mixed things up a bit by switching the placement of the volume buttons and alert slider on both the OnePlus 12 and 12R, placing the volume buttons on the right edge alongside the power button and moving the alert slider to the left. This might require a bit of getting used to for existing users, but I found this new layout more intuitive and easier to navigate. At the bottom of the phone, you'll find a USB Type-C port and the speaker grill. This, along with the second speaker at the top, provides a pretty solid stereo sound experience. Additionally, there's an IR blaster on the top, allowing you to control various smart devices around your home. Up front, the 12R has a curved display framed by impressively thin bezels, and it's shielded by Gorilla Glass Victus 2. It also comes with a pre-applied screen guard, though its quality isn't the highest, and I'd suggest opting for a tempered glass protector instead. As for water resistance, the OnePlus 12's IP65 rating already drew some criticism, and the 12R goes a bit lower to IP64. That means it can handle the odd splash or two, but it is behind phones like the Galaxy A54 and the Pixel 7a, which come with stronger IP67 ratings. The OnePlus 12R sports a 6.78-inch AMOLED Pro XDR display featuring 120Hz adaptive refresh rate and 2780 by 1264 pixels resolution. Now that's slightly smaller and less resolution heavy than the OnePlus 12, but the 12R stands out by being one of the first smartphones to incorporate the latest LTPO4 technology. Basically, the screen on this phone offers even more dynamic refresh rate adjustments, switching between 60, 72 or 90Hz and ramping up to 120Hz for rapid scrolling, while also dropping as low as 1Hz for enhanced battery efficiency. It's a bit strange why the more expensive OnePlus 12 didn't receive LTPO4 while the 12R did, but I guess that's one of the unique perks of opting for the OnePlus 12R. Now, beyond the advanced LTPO capabilities, the display itself is sharp as heck, boasting excellent colors and great viewing angles. It also gets Dolby Vision and HDR10+ credentials, so it's perfect for enjoying content on streaming platforms. It even matches the OnePlus 12 with a crazy high peak brightness of 4500 nits, ensuring the screen is more than bright enough for clear visibility even in bright daylight. OnePlus has also introduced a feature they're calling Aqua Touch, aimed at making the screen less susceptible to interruptions caused by raindrops. The idea is that you'll be able to use the phone's display smoothly even when it's wet, avoiding any accidental touches. However, in my experience, it didn't perform as seamlessly as OnePlus suggested. Hence, I'd advise not to depend too much on this feature. The OnePlus 12R gets a triple camera setup on the back, featuring a 50-megapixel main sensor, an 8-megapixel ultra-wide lens, and unfortunately a 2-megapixel macro camera instead of a dedicated telephoto lens. The main camera does the bulk of the work, capturing appealing shots in good lighting conditions. Colors are vibrant, details are sharp, and exposure is well balanced in most of the photos I took. There's a fair amount of natural depth of field without the portrait mode, but even when you turn it on, you can get some really nice images with accurate edge detection. Even in low light situations, the main camera holds its own, delivering generally crisp details and minimal image noise. The 8-megapixel ultra-wide lens gets the job done, and there's not a huge difference in color rendition between it and the main lens, but the details at the edges of the frame can appear a bit soft. It's a bit of a shame that there's no telephoto lens on board, especially since even cheaper phones are offering one these days. Instead, the camera app provides toggles for 2x and 5x zoom levels, achieved by digitally cropping into the image from the main lens. The 2x zoom holds up decently well thanks to the 50 megapixel resolution, providing ample room for cropping, but things can get a bit fuzzy at 5x zoom. When shooting videos with the rear camera, the 12R lets you record 4K at 60 FPS. The quality is pretty good, though it won't blow you away. I noticed that the videos looked a bit overexposed and the dynamic range isn't as wide as some might hope. The electronic image stabilization could be stronger too, so expect a slight shake when walking. However, the detail in the videos is sharp and noise is hardly an issue. All in all, it does a decent job for everyday video capture. The front camera on the OnePlus 12R packs a 16 megapixel sensor, and when you're out and about in good light, it does a pretty solid job. HDR can be a bit aggressive, but you end up with pics that are sharp and full of detail. When it comes to video, the front camera has EIS to keep things smooth, letting you film up to 1080p at 30 FPS. It's decent, but having the option to shoot in 4K would have been a welcome addition, especially for the price. The OnePlus 12R runs on the older Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chip, but it's still plenty powerful. It scores high on benchmark scores and performs even better in day-to-day usage. App switching is seamless, multitasking is a breeze, and it handles graphic-heavy games like Genshin Impact as well as any phone in the 40,000 rupees price segment. I also didn't notice any overheating issues during gaming. I mean, the phone's back warmed up just a bit, but nothing alarming, indicating efficient heat management. This comes down to a couple of key reasons. First, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chipset does an excellent job at keeping things cool. And second, there's this new VC cooling system that uses a dual vapor chamber design to help the phone stay at a comfortable temperature even when you're gaming for long stretches. Now, I've been doing all my testing on the 16GB RAM and 256GB storage model, but I'd wager that even the 8GB RAM version performs just as good in its price range. The OnePlus 12R features the same Oxygen OS built on Android 14 as the OnePlus 12. Honestly, ever since OnePlus merged with Oppo, it's no longer my preferred Android interface, but it's still relatively clean and easy to navigate. The biggest letdown with Oxygen OS comes from OnePlus's limited software support. The 12R is on the schedule for just 3 years of OS updates and 4 years of security patches, taking it up to Android 17 and lasting until 2028. The OnePlus 12R shines in the battery department, boasting a hefty 5500 mAh battery. That's 100 mAh more than the OnePlus 12. This bump in capacity seems to counterbalance the less efficient Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chip, but this is also a 10% noticeable increase over last year's OnePlus 11's battery size. In practice, this meant the phone easily powered through more than 1 day on a single charge for me. Adding to its strengths, the OnePlus 12R comes with a well-known Super VOOC charging technology. With the included 100-watt charger, you're able to fully charge the phone in just under 30 minutes. What you won't find on the 12R though is wireless charging, a feature that returned with the OnePlus 12 this year. I mean, yeah, sure, more features are always better, but if dropping wireless charging was necessary to keep the price down and squeezing in an extra 500 mAh of battery life, I'm cool with that compromise. The OnePlus 12R is a compelling package, offering a lot of bang for your buck without costing as much as the flagship OnePlus 12. It's got enough power under the hood for most folks, the battery keeps going strong, it charges super quick, and the camera is totally fine for everyday shots. Just keep in mind that if you're eyeing the full suite of features like the latest processor, wireless charging, and extended software support, you might want to lean towards the OnePlus 12. But if those extras aren't deal breakers and you're after a reliable Android phone that's kind to your budget, then the OnePlus 12R is definitely worth a look.